Design constraints in association with Auto Profile is a really neat way of being able to manage your vertical design. However, design constraints can just be used as a visual aid to make sure that your design is where it should be. And we can use an alternative tool also found in Auto Profile to set the elevations for us from the centerline of existing road crown. We're going to go ahead and click on Auto Profile. We're just going to delete the entries that we've made by clicking on the little delete button down the bottom and removing them. So the purpose of those entries was to match onto the constraints over particular chainage ranges and then apply fitting. Well, rather than matching onto the constraint, we can have the software design the vertical design for us. So we're going to use this tool. This is called Reference Point. So go ahead and click on that. This particular tool will assist us with our vertical design based on a slope from another string or another code within the project. What we're going to do is, where it says surfaces, we're going to say use the design string. Underneath we have reference string, we're going to pick existing road crown. And where it says design code, make sure that we have centerline chosen. So the design of our profile string is based on a slope from the centerline of existing road crown. So underneath where we have slope selection, we can say constant and we can type in, let's try -2. Once we've typed in that constant, we can then put in a chainage range where this slope should be applied. So we're going to say from 0 to 150. Once you've done that, click OK. And then once you've done that, click Apply and Exit. What you can now see is the result of that reference point entry. The constraint is really there in the background to confirm that the slope that we've put in is matching up. What we're going to do is now go back to Auto Profile, and rather than create a new reference point entry, we're going to just simply edit the entry we already have in there by clicking on the pencil icon. We can type in down the bottom chainage ranges where we would like these different slopes to be applied. However, what we can also do is use a table. So go ahead and check that box. So the first column requires a chainage. So what we're going to do is type in 0 and type in the crossfall that we'd like to have at chainage 0. So we're going to put in -2. We're then going to type in the next chainage, which is 150. And again, we would like that to be -2. What you can then do is apply transitions. So we might say, look, at chainage 170, I'd like the crossfall to be -5. And by the time it gets to the end, we're going to put in 1000. I'd like it to remain at -5. Down the bottom, we're going to make sure that the chainage range is set all the way through. And then we're going to click on OK. And then click Apply and Exit. So we can see we've got the -2, and then you can also see within that chainage range we have that transition to -5. Lastly, we can apply some fitting. So we're going to go to Auto Profile, click on Fit Parameters, then type in the following. And then click OK. And Apply and Exit. So we have here a very similar result to what we did with the constraints. However, the reference point tool will allow us to assign design elevations and crossfalls immediately into the vertical grading editor without the constraint being required.